Welcome, folks, to A Piece of CX. This week, we're taking a look at something relatively new in the world of Zoom, and that is intent-based routing. So, intent, something we've not used in the Zoom architecture since the first versions of Chat ZVA, essentially. They're an area within AI Studio that you may not have utilized for a little while because they don't really need to be used in the world of ZVA 3, where we're doing everything agentically. However, they've been repurposed so that you can now use intent-based routing for voice and saw in recent release email as well, which I think this actually has even more value on email when you see it, and we'll talk about it in a moment. So intent, first you go into AI Studio and you go to intent management. And I had some intents set up from my original versions of Chat, essentially. But I've added a new one today called insurance. And I've got new insurance, renew, discuss, cancel, and a fallback. You can go into these, add more. You can go and discover, do the analytics, all that kind of stuff. What you need, though, more importantly, is that intent group. If we then go into a flow, then we can start to put this to work. So here is your traditional collect input, so a menu. And Zoom's always had the option for audio prompts and for key press and voice input here. So key press is your traditional IVR. Voice input, you've been able to say things that you want, but it's been speech recognition and it's kind of tried to capture a phrase, so keywords, for example. However, now you have that extra option on match intent. So let's get rid of that one. Here's one I made earlier. And on this, I've got match intent and I'm using my intent group insurance, 20 seconds, all of that kind of stuff. And then in my exits, I have then created new insurance, and that is for the new insurance policy. Then I have renew. I could be also mapping these to skills if I want to. I could set variables off the back of these if I want to. Cancellation and all of that kind of good stuff. Now, realistically, I don't have many skills in my demo platform, so they're all routing to pretty much the same place. However, what it does mean is I can do different things with different routes, and I don't have to put a 1, 2, 3. Essentially, it's bringing that intelligence from the AI Studio into the front of your IVR, and it's giving you some smart IVR capabilities without having to go fully into the world of Zoom Virtual Agent. So you can add your phrases into intent, but Zoom will also build them out for you and train that accordingly. And realistically, I had this up and running in next to no time. So if I now place a call into this, we'll hear what this sounds like.
Welcome to Holt Insurance. How can I help you today?
Hi, yeah, I would like to discuss my insurance renewal, please.
We understand you want to discuss your renew insurance and are now routing your call.
So a really, really simple addition. Now, I think the announcement recently from Zoom that you can bring this into email is going to make this even more powerful. So I'm going to go and save that, for example, and we'll let that go and do its thing. So if I go into an email flow, previously, and what I've seen on other platforms is you have to kind of really dig into the email and understand what is going on and do a lot of manual workarounds for this kind of thing. But I have the ability to detect from a subject or a body, the primary or the latest email. So primary, we'll go subject and body, and we'll use insurance. And then again, you just add your exits. So if we've got that, we'll go there if we've got no match, and then let's do here renewals. And you'll see you just start building it out. It's really, really simple. You could have multiple ones of these as well. You could, I've got various different scenarios that I've built there. So maybe what I do then is I do something about customer support first, and then I do one about the cheese company, and then one about IT. You could have it going through multiples of these and then finding its match and then doing what it needs to. But it means you can really refine how menus work in voice. You know, you can get rid of press 1, press 2, press 3, just say what you want, and it will use phrases rather than just keywords. In email, I think this gets even more powerful, and this is a great addition to the Zoom Contact Center suite. So there you have it, intent-based routing for Zoom Contact Center. A lot available to you to make sure you can both route customers easily on voice, and in a complex situation like email where it's difficult to understand what a customer may want, applying that to both the subject and the body means this becomes really powerful in terms of how you can route interactions. Thank you very much for joining us on A Piece of CX. If you'd like to learn more, then get in touch either via the links in the show notes or connect with me on LinkedIn. Thanks very much for watching.